What's up guys, Ian Sandusky from Let's Machine back here again for Practical Machinist. Today we're going to be talking about the top 3 things they don't teach you in trade school. But before we do, make sure you like and subscribe below. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so today we're going to be talking about the top 3 things they don't teach you in trade school. These are 3 things that I think in any stage in your career, whether you are an apprentice on the floor, whether you've been a machinist for a few years, whether you're in the management side, or whether you're still taking a PMT class at a college, are going to be helpful to focus on and maybe try to develop, and it's something to keep in mind. So the first one is urgency. And urgency, this first one, I feel like it's something that can't even really be taught. I feel like it's either something you have or you don't. That said, I do feel like it's something that, I mean that either it comes from inside and you have urgency, or you do not. Somebody cannot drill urgency into you. You have to, develop it from inside. And the reason why urgency is so important is it really is going to determine how people perceive you, how much work you get done, and so forth. So when I say urgency, I mean realizing and having that inner drive that as a machinist or as a programmer or as a whoever you may be involved in manufacturing, we essentially sell time for money. That's how this trade works. We sell manufacturing time, we sell programming time, we sell our time if we're finishing things. And because very few jobs are billed out on the schedule of, hey, listen, we're gonna see how long this takes and you're gonna pay whatever it takes us, every hour you put in a job is going to take that rate per hour of how much that job is gonna make for you, for the company, for whoever, down. The longer you take, the more time you waste, the more time that a machine sits idle like it is right now, the more time there's a green light flashing as opposed to being solid because the spindle is turning, the less money the shop's gonna make. Blow that out over the course of, beyond a day, into a week, into a month, into a year. It could be the difference between your shop running at a 20% margin and running at a 5% margin. If you do not have some hustle and have the drive to go and get machines going, be deburring parts while a machine is running, trying to get multiple machines running, at the end of the day, you're not going to be successful in this trade. You need that inner drive where you don't just kind of plod from machine to machine. You really need to have that urgency to know that, listen, I have a job, I need to get it done. How can I do this as quickly as possible? And that will reflect in everything you do. So the first one is urgency. The second point, or the second thing they don't teach you in trade school that I would like to touch on, is negotiation. And when I say negotiation, I don't just mean looking at a contract and going back and forth with a customer, or negotiating salary. Negotiation and knowing how to negotiate properly is critical in this business, and any business really. I'm going to tell you a quick story to understand what I'm talking about here. So just this week, I have a company that's 2 doors over from us that I've been trying to get into to do work for years. Sent them emails, dropped in, talked to the guys there. They do stuff that we can do, but for whatever reason, they were happy with who they were with, but couldn't get in the door for years. They're literally 2 units over, so I knew there was a good fit there. They talked to me this week and they say, listen, we have a machine that's gone down, we need some work done, we need some overflow work done, potentially forever. Can you take a look? I said, sure. The order was for 2,300 parts. I quoted it at, let's say, these are just arbitrary numbers, but I quoted it at $10. They turned around and said, listen, understand where you're coming from, but at our shop, they cost us in time about $2. And I, instead of getting my back up and saying, yeah, well then do it yourself. These are my costs, I don't, try to rip anybody off. I just turned around and said, no problem, why don't we do this? Let's do, if you have 2,300 parts, why don't you give me 200? I'm gonna do them at my rate, and if once that machine is running, I find out I can do them for 6, I'll do them for 6. If I find out I can do them for 3, I'll do them for 3. But I can't start at a low price and take a hit. And because I went back and forth with the guy and figured that out, we got the job, we're running them, and it looks like we're probably gonna get all 2,300. When it comes to negotiation, it really is developing the ability to have conversations with customers, with employees, with your fellow employees, with vendors, and being able to say, we both have things we need to achieve. If it's a customer, you have a price you want hit that's down here, mine is up here. If it's a vendor, same thing. My price is down here, your price is up here. It's about figuring out how to get those two things, those two goals closer together so that both of us win. They often say that a good deal makes both people feel bad when they walk away. I would say that's not true. I think there's a lot of room between where, you know, one employee on the floor wants this schedule and one employee on the floor wants this schedule, being able to negotiate with them and come to somewhere in the middle where they are both happy. Does it require the ability to negotiate and figure out exactly what parts are really important if someone's just being stubborn? Yes. But that ability to negotiate and figure out how to come to compromises with people is absolutely critical. It will make you a more successful person. It will make you a happier person with less stress because you're not getting yourself in bad situations or making a lot of people around you angry, whether that is customers who don't want to work with you or employees on the floor who, you know, are basically looking for a new job because you don't know how to negotiate properly with them and just talk down to them. It's a critical skill to learn, and it's something they don't teach, and it's something I wish they did teach in school. That is something that can be taught. I wish there was a unit on it in trade school. I wish there was a business unit in trade school, and I don't know how they do it today, but in any case, I wish it was there. Which leads me to my third point. And this is the most critical thing if you are going to be successful in manufacturing and specifically machining, and that is troubleshooting. Troubleshooting and the ability to troubleshoot a problem, whether it's trying to figure out a program that's not working correctly, whether it's trying to figure out why parts are not coming out right, whether it's trying to figure out how do I do X, Y, Z? The ability to troubleshoot will make you successful or it will make you not successful in this trade. I cannot tell you how many times in a normal day something will go wrong. Whether it is a drill that's going too deep, whether it is a part that is kicking when I put it in a vise. If my employees every time something went wrong came to me and just threw their hands up and said, something's going wrong, I don't know what, and then walked away, we would have had to shut our doors the second day we were open. Things go wrong, problems happen. The ability to start at square one and troubleshoot it, and what troubleshooting means is, and the way I troubleshoot things is, let's figure out what the issue really is. So if I'm having a part kick out of the vise, there could be a lot of things there. So to troubleshoot it, I would start and say, was the vise tight? Yes, scratch it off. Was there too much cutter force on there? Maybe, let's look at it, readjust the cutter tool path. Oh, now it's not kicking completely, but it's still pushing back. Are those vise jaws no good? And it's being able to run down a list of issues that you can identify until you find where that problem lies. And as a machinist, whether you're programming and going through and saying, why won't my tool paths work? Or on the floor trying to figure out why you can't hold a tolerance, the ability to do that on your own or with minimal help is what's going to make you a good machinist. A good machinist is not someone who programs something the first time, it works perfect, the part comes out in spec and everything is good. A good machinist is somebody who can start with a problem and end up solving those problems on their own to the point where you don't even know they existed. And the more you do it, the faster you get at it. I personally do not know a lot about fixing machines. I have had to learn and taught myself how to fix things on these hosses by troubleshooting problems. Oh, the doors won't close. Is it X, Y, or Z? And you run down the list until you figure out where that problem lies. So in any case, guys, those are the three things they don't teach you in trade school that I personally think if you're not focusing on, you should start focusing on immediately. And, most importantly and exciting, Practical Machinist for their 20th anniversary is starting a brand new contest for the Christmas and holiday season that you can get your information about right here. And what we need you to do to enter this contest is you need to be a subscriber to Practical Machinist YouTube channel right here, right below. You need to like this video and you need to leave a comment. And the comment I want you to leave is answering the question, what are the top 3 things you think they don't teach in trade school that are most important? Okay, so you gotta subscribe, you have to like, and you gotta answer the question in the comments, what are the top 3 things they don't teach you in trade school, in your opinion? You can list them off, you can explain them. Let's have a discussion. If we're doing it anyway, let's get some information out there. It helps everybody, okay? Thank you very much for watching, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe if you want to see more videos. If you guys haven't seen it yet, there's lots of great merch in the Practical Machinist shop online on their website, practicalmachinist.com. We got these great t-shirts you can go pick up. They got hoodies, lots of great stuff to check out. So make sure, even if you don't enter the contest or win the contest, You can still go get yourself a t-shirt, but you won't get the Amazon gift card that comes with it, okay? Thank you very much for watching, guys. You have a great day. Take care.